Viewers might recognize the lovely Lisa Ray. Of course, she was in the Oscar-nominated film Water, and I believe we have some footage of that as well. You've also started a brand new series that airs on Omni. It just kicked off last night called Bollywood Top 10 Best. Just by coincidence, we're seeing you right there in Water. So needless to say, you've played many important roles in your life, but you've got a really important one that you're playing right now. And I have to be honest, when I was looking at the information for today's interview, I didn't really know what multiple myeloma was.
Well, that's a perfect opening, really, because really what this is about is sitting here and trying to make myeloma matter. That's what we're calling this little national tour that I'm on. I was diagnosed with myeloma in summer of 2009, and you know, before that I had never heard of it. The other thing I'd like to emphasize is people tend to mix up myeloma and melanoma. Melanoma is a skin cancer. It's not at all the same thing. But yeah, I've come out the other end. I'm basically cancer-free. However, I'm also sitting here to share the information that the work is not yet done.
This is an incurable cancer.
It's incurable. It's incurable, which is a very frightening word. However, we have some great news and incredible breakthroughs, and I'm actually sitting here because of those breakthroughs. So obviously, you know, I have a lot to pay forward. I got a lot of support during my journey. I was very public about it, and this is an opportunity to come out here and get, you know, spread the word basically on myeloma, but also emphasize that what we're trying to do is ensure that every patient has the right treatment at the right time. There is some inequitable access to life-saving treatment.
Right. Now, let's just kind of go back a little bit. Multiple myeloma, it is a blood cancer, correct?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But for people that maybe, you know, don't know some of the symptoms, how did you know that you had it? And what was that like when you heard that news?
You know, that was a tough one because that was a lesson in and of itself. You know, one of the overriding symptoms for me was fatigue. And Dawn,
yeah, we feel
who isn't fatigued, right? Not that everyone should go running home now, right? You know, like running to the doctor. But, you know, what I do want to emphasize is that I had grown used to, as many people do in this particular modern world that we live in, to overriding my body's signals, you know? Literally, these alarm bells were going off. Fatigue, anemia, you know, they're very generalized symptoms. But at the same time, if you really tune into your body, it'll tell you what you need to know.
How did your family support you? What was important about the way that you were supported by your family and friends?
I was, you know, I firmly believe that I'm sitting here today because of the support I got. So primarily, yes, family first, friends, but then I was very public about my fight. I started a blog. I actually ended up using a red carpet moment at the Toronto International Film Festival in 2009 to start highlighting my cause, to talk about myeloma while I was in the middle of treatment. And that was a real kind of turning point for me as well. So I ended up getting a lot of support. Myeloma Canada is a great resource because it's a very confusing disease as well. There aren't, number one, there aren't any very clear symptoms, but also the treatment is very variable, you know? So you really have to empower yourself. But of course, I think that's the case with health in general, and in particular with any disease that you might have to contend with. Empower and yourself.
Listen to your body.
Listen to your body.
And you've been busy. You're in remission, we should point out. So you still obviously have the cancer, but you're in remission, and you've been so busy. In fact, last night, Bollywood Top 10 Best just aired on Omni.
That's what I hear. I'm getting good feedback on that.
And several more episodes to come. So that airs on Sundays at 5:30. Busy girl. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, for more information, you can go to the website on your screen, myelomacanada.ca, and they can check out your blog, I'm sure, as well, to find out a little more about your story. Thank you so much for joining us.